Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Monty, and I'm out here in my stress reliever, which is my porch swing. I want to give everybody a chance, a few people to show up. The reason I'm here is because I've been doing a cleanup in my go. I'm sorry, I had a little thing jump up on my screen there. I've been doing a little cleanup in the medicine cabinet where I kept all of my medicines, which I have been off of, and hell, what's all of this? Continue. I gotta get rid of these. A minute. Let's see. Okay, I'm not real good at this, so I've got stuff jumping up in front of me. It's kind of blocking me, but anyhow, I was doing a cleanup, trying to get rid of or find or whatever all the medicines that I'd been on and over the time. You got to understand now, I started this over 2 years ago on my own. I done the research. I spent hours doing research. With some of the research I done, I had made up my mind that I was through. I was through with medicine the way I knew it. I was through with the American healthcare system in the way I knew it. I had a doctor that refused to see me. He would quit seeing me because I refused statin drugs, and then I refused wearing a 24-hour heart monitor for the second time. So he decided I wasn't a good candidate for him being a patient of his. So one of his associates took me on. Now here's part of the there is part of the reason that I chose to refuse things that he was doing. There's 14 medications in that bag that I took out of my medicine cabinet today. 14 of them. I haven't taken any of them in 2 years. Well, I say any of them. There's one or two that I have. Here it is. If you can read what that says omeprazole or Prilosec. I was put on that 35 years ago. Started out with 20 milligrams once a day. By the time that doctor dropped me, I was at 40 milligrams as needed per day, and they would write me a 90 container prescription each month. Biggest lie that you've ever been told by the medical industry is right here. Your stomach. They used to tell me I was producing too much stomach acid. Well, come to find out, your stomach does not produce enough, and this suppresses it. So the longer you're on it, the less stomach acid you have. And it finally got to where I couldn't do anything without the GERD kicking my behind. Then the new doctor saw the 40 milligrams as needed per day. She said, oh, that's too much. So she took me off of it and put me back on 20 milligrams every day. But she didn't tell me what is in the manufacturer's literature. In the manufacturer's literature, when you look Prilosec up, the manufacturer says to take it 14 days, 14 days off. If you need it again, another 14 days and another 14 days off. Not to exceed 49 days in a year's time. Now, that's what's on the manufacturer's website. Lawyers are suing these manufacturers because of Prilosec, because it's doing all the damage. They're not suing the doctors because the doctors overprescribed it or didn't prescribe it right. 35 years of this. Well, you know what that done? That wrecked my gut health. It wrecked it. It absolutely destroyed it. And then you throw in that whole bag of drugs on top of that Prilosec. And it was destroying my health. It was slowly killing me. And I want you people to understand, you don't have to blindly follow some doctor. You don't have to blindly take all of these drugs. Because this is my opinion, and my opinion only, but there's big money involved in this. It's called kickbacks. The doctor, if you go to a doctor and the doctor says, I prescribe something, he says, I've got a sample I can give you. You can know one thing. He's getting something for writing that prescription. This right here, this is what everybody thinks is a safe deal. Everybody's taking it. See that? That right there is what brought it all to a head. Because I went in to have a knee surgery, a knee replacement. And my surgeon wanted me on something to prevent blood clots. And he said, take aspirin. I said, Doctor, I can't take aspirin because in 2009 or 10, I went in because my weight was out of control. I was trying to get my weight under control. I went in and had a lap band procedure done where they put a little band. The band, I can feel it. It's right here. It's got a little port right here. And they put a band around the top part of your stomach. And then they take a needle and they fill that port with saline. And it squeezes off your stomach and causes a little pouch on top of it to make you feel full longer. Well, my bariatric surgeon had told me you can't take NSAIDs and you can't take aspirin because it will cause stomach ulcer there and it'll cause the band to erode. Well, that doctor put me on the aspirin. I got to having a lot of gastric problems. I went in and had the test. When they done the upper GI, the band is eroded, hole in my stomach. Now I've got to have another surgery to have that band removed. And it's all because an arrogant doctor would not listen to what his patient said when I said, Doctor, I cannot take that. I cannot take aspirin. He said, oh, it's only aspirin. It won't hurt you. I said, my bariatric surgeon told me not to take it. He said, take it, you'll be all right. So like a dummy, I followed him and took it. Now I have to have another surgery to have the band removed. But it was because of that I started fighting back. All of this is gone. 2 years, this is gone. I do not take any of it. I'm not on any of it. You can defeat it. You can get off of it. The Prilosec, it kicked my butt. When I started, I went cold turkey, and I couldn't do it. It ate me up, so I had to go back and take it. So I started taking it, and when my stomach leveled out, then I began to skip a day, and I'd take one and skip a day, take one and skip a day. And then it was 2 days and 3 days, and pretty soon a week. And finally, after I got to where I was going a couple of weeks with only taking one of them, I left it off. I was still having problems, and by then I had found Dr. Livingood. And I'd done a anti-inflammatory autoimmune work deal with him, and I think it might have even been a live one because I logged in every day for 2 or 3 days. And during that, he gave a list of supplements that you could take that helped with leaky gut and IBS and stomach problems, and betaine HCl was one of them. And I meant to bring that bottle. I've got it out here because I'm off of betaine HCl now. But I took it every day, betaine HCl every day, at lunch, breakfast, and dinner, and sometimes another time during the day, because my stomach would burn and hurt so much. And that would control it. It would stop it. And then during challenge 2, whereas the challenge that I made all of the advancements in, when I would take my supplements, I would begin to feel like somebody was hitting me in the stomach and all the burning going on. So I began to eliminate my supplements, took them all out. The last one I took out was a betaine because I depended on the betaine. And when I took it out, it quit. So during one of the live question and answering things with Dr. Livingood, I asked him about the betaine, and he said, you can leave it off now. That's what it's for. It helps the stomach begin to produce enough acid. And once it begins to burn, you can leave it off. So now I'm even off of the betaine. I haven't taken it since probably in the middle of challenge 2. So I'm just telling you, you can do it. You can get off of it. You don't have to live that life. Do you realize when I was on all of this, I couldn't even heal up from the knee surgery? I don't know if you can see the scars, but there's scars in that knee where they cut it open and put an artificial knee in there. And then on this side of my leg, all on this side of my leg, over here, I had no feeling. It tingled and it hurt. And it felt like when I would lay down in the bed that it was a dead log laying there in the bed with me. When these left, that left. I was walking on a cane. I was walking on a walker. When these left, 130 pounds, and the walker and the cane left. The stomach healed. I was having diarrhea every day, all day long. It was so bad that I couldn't even go to bed and go to sleep at night without having an accident in the bed. I didn't sleep because I was worried about accidents in the bed. That's gone. That's what caused it. That caused it. Number one culprit, number one enemy to your health. I'm telling you right now, if you're on proton pump inhibitors, Protonix, Nexium, Prilosec, anything that falls in a proton pump inhibitor, get off of it. It's slowly killing you. It's destroying your gut health. It caused jock itch. It caused psoriasis. It caused psoriatic arthritis. It caused athlete's foot, where my feet would crack open and bleed and hurt. I couldn't even hardly walk on them because of it. My hands would crack and bleed because my gut health was destroyed. I don't advocate doing away with your doctor. I still have a doctor. I still go see my doctor every now and then. But I am very selective. I don't take his drugs unless I absolutely have to. Went to the dentist the other day. They prescribed a probiotic right before I started. I said, no, I'm not going to take it. So, well, you got that artificial knee. I said, well, call my doctor. He says I don't have to take them. So they cleared it with my doctor. But then he told me, he said, Medicare says that I've got to prescribe it and you've got to take it before I can do the procedure. I said, well, I'm not going to take it. He said, well, that's up to you, but you go fill it so that they know that I prescribed it. So I went and filled it. It's in my cabinet in there. Somebody will need it one day, I guess. There was a painkiller. I didn't use it. I toughed it out. Did it hurt some? Yeah, it hurt. I was on. The reason I done it that way, because things like Tylenol, we bought 3 to 4 and sometimes 5 bottles of 500 content Tylenol that I took them during the year. And then there would be a bottle or two that would have 200 ibuprofen in it because my stomach was already perforated. So I went ahead and took them because I was living in chronic pain. Chronic pain's gone. No pain. No arthritis pain. No knee pain. Occasionally the knee that's not supposed to hurt because it's an artificial knee. Occasionally I'll get a little twitch pain there. But that's just because I got an artificial knee there and there's nothing to do about it. If I'd have known what I know now, I wouldn't have had either knee surgery. The other one has not had anything done with it. I have the x-rays that show it bone on bone. So I just want this to encourage people that you can get off of it. Did my doctor help me get off of it? No. They didn't like it because I got off of it. They didn't like it because I refused the heart monitor. They didn't like it because I refused another heart catheterization. That heart catheterization cost my insurance company $170,000 plus what I paid, which was about $2,000. I'm not doing that kind of stuff anymore. If I get sick, and I really get sick, then I'll go see the doctor, and I'll do. And I'm telling you that's what to do. But if you just got the idea that because your doctor said it, you got to do it, that's not necessarily true. Everybody's different. You know what your body's telling you. I knew what mine was telling me. Mine was telling me I was sick and dying. And the more I took this, how did I get that many of them? Because every time I went to the doctor, there was a different prognosis. Every time I went to the doctor and got a different prognosis, there was another medicine or two. And did they ever take any of them away? No. Not except one doctor that I went to that retired. And before he retired, after I had that lap band procedure done, I had lost 60 or 70 or 100 pounds at the time. And I got to getting real dizzy and lightheaded, cold, and I've been checking my blood pressure, and it was way low. And I asked him, I said, Doc, how low is too low? He said, well, how low is it? And I said, about 61/52. He said, oh, that's too low. So he come back in a minute, and he said, grinning, rubbing his hands, he said, I don't get to do this very often. He said, let's see how much we can get you off of. So he took me off my blood pressure medicines and my fluid pills. And from there, because I was off of the maintenance medications, I wasn't on anything that would keep me from having a stroke or anything. The other was just crap stuff they had given me over the time, and nobody ever took away from it. So I began to do away with it and take away from it until I eliminated it. Listen to your body. Listen to what it's telling you, and you can do it if you set your mind to it. You can do it. It takes determination. It takes determination. But you can do it. And as far as I see one, what can you take instead of aspirin or baby aspirin? He put me on regular aspirin. Wasn't even a baby aspirin. He said he could prescribe some medicines, but he didn't want to prescribe one. So I don't really know what, because once I got over the surgery, I quit taking the aspirin. Once I got to the point that I took myself off the medicine, and when I went and found the stomach perforated and the lap band bad, I quit taking it on my own. I'll just have to take a chance on the blood clot. But then after I went back, I had to go back in 3-year level to see my orthopedic surgeon, let him x-ray that knee again, and he told me there wasn't any need for the the medicine then to keep the blood from clotting. So I really don't know if there was anything else you could take. I don't know if that would help, but anyhow, that's all I can tell you. But it was just simple aspirin that caused the whole, because I went to the doctor to find out what was happening in my stomach and in my gut. And then she left me on the Prilosec. It was my research that led me to it. So the information is out there. If you got the time to do it, you can find it. But you're in the best place you can be with Dr. Livingood, because he can get you off of it. He can show you how. I wished I could go in and see Dr. Livingood. I wished I could take that to him and have it put in his deal, because it was because of his anti-inflammatory, autoimmune teaching that I got in on it first, that I realized what I had to do, and that was get off of it. Hadn't it been for Dr. Livingood, I probably would still be taking some of this stuff. So just let me encourage you. If you're of a mind to get off of the stuff, you can. If you want to keep going to your doctor and taking the medicine, you can. I don't advocate doing away with your doctor or your medicines. There's times that some of us have been on them long enough that we've got enough wrong with us that we need to go to the doctor and work with him. If he won't work with you to get you off, find another doctor, because I have found out that they're very arrogant, some of them. They're very arrogant, and they got the idea that they're almost like God and that you're supposed to do what they say because they know better. And that's not the truth. Find you a different doctor. There's nothing wrong with a second or third opinion. So I just want to say thank you. And I'm going to leave it at that. I don't know how long this has been, but this is my why. This is what keeps me going. This is what motivates me. I'm off of this. This is part of my history. Will I ever have a bag like that again? Not in your lifetime. I might have one or two because of something that's happened. It might get put on me one day when I'm older and can't take care of myself, and maybe I'm in a nursing home or assisted living. But not by my opinion, it won't. Not by my doings. I done been there and I done lived that. So, thank you.